All right, so just as we leave this section behind here, again, you can see the mileage marker. Before we get too far, an indication of where we are, that we're entering the siding here at Pass Lake. Totally would have missed this, just saw this kind of by accident, and the pipe kind of threw me off because it's a little bit different than traditionally what you would see some of the other signs. So here's the flanger sign for the siding, obviously to tell the operator to pull up the blade on the flanger. Okay, so again, this is the siding. You can see the bumped out area here where the siding would have been. This siding was here still in 1982. So this was Pass Lake was one of the original stations on the line, and there was a water tank, and we'll take a look at what I think might be the remains of that. So this would have been part of the siding here. It was one of the kind of bigger stations on the line. I don't know what type of station would have been here. There was considerable operation kind of going around here. There was obviously the community of Pass Lake that eventually established itself, and there was logging and farming and stuff that was going on in the area. So there would have been quite a bit of an activity here. So I'm going to zip you ahead a little bit here, just to enjoy the view here as we pass through this swamp. All right, so right in this area here would have been the quote-unquote station. So again, just based on mileage, so about 1/3 of a mile from that mileage marker that we saw there. So again, Pass Lake Station was in the original lines 120.6 and 120.3 was over there. So we're kind of somewhere in this area. So the station would have been around here. Now there was a water tank. So what's interesting about this is that when you look at when these railways were built, usually about 20 miles was the spacing. So the next water tank would have been probably at Dorion, which was around milepost 100. So milepost 120 makes sense to have a water tank. Now the one at Dorion was removed. So in 1945, when you look at the time card there, you don't see the one at Dorion, but this one was kept. And again, I don't know exactly where it would have been, but I noticed this yesterday on my exploration. I'm going to show you this. I'll take my helmet off. I'm going to try not to get wet here because it is kind of swampy in here. So I'm trying to hug the side of the bank here. But what I see here is there's this pipe. And the reason why this kind of caught my attention is I've seen a pipe like this. Again, I don't know if this is a sign pipe. It's hard to tell. It's like buried in the ground. But if it is potentially a siphon pipe for the water tank, I've seen a pipe very similar to that size and that dimension. And where I've seen it was in the at the water tank at Sandstone Lake on the Port Arthur, Duluth and Western. Very similar type of pipe that would have been used to siphon water for the water tank. So again, I don't know if this is kind of a definitive thing or this is a pipe with a sign on it. Again, I can't pull it out of the ground because it's just completely, it's like welded in there. So it ain't coming out. So again, in the right area, typically the water tank would have been a few hundred feet from where the actual station was, and so if the station is up there, would have made sense for a water tank to be over here. Okay, so we're going to jump back up on the bike and we're just going to continue working our way to the west here. Our hike is coming up just very, very shortly. Just over there, just through those trees over there is the highway where we started today's adventure. So we're still just pushing through the siding here. Hopefully you can hear me over the wind. The wind is just kind of coming right through this opening here. One of the reasons why this place was called the Pass when it was constructed. Basically, you have cliffs to the north side, you have cliffs to the south side, and the wind is just kind of coming right through this spot here. You can hear some water coming down. So probably right here somewhere in this area would have been the quote-unquote station. Whatever that looked like. And so right here we have a couple of things. So first of all, just beside me here we have the box for the fiber. And so 170.33 on the Kinghorn, and so the other mileages would have been 120.63. And then up here, as we come to the end of the siding here, you can actually see the speed sign is still up, so indicating a speed of 20 miles an hour. We have a couple of tie plates here, or at least one. There's a couple in some other spots. This one's 1949 I see on there. And so you can see how close the grade comes here to this to the side of this cliff. Again, you can see that very layered shale-like type of rock. So as we round the corner here, basically this is where the community of Pass Lake is. Again, you can start to see the siding starting to taper off a little bit. Pass Lake is just up ahead of us here, and the structure that you see across the highway here, so that's Highway 587, that is the old, as far as I know, that is the old section house. And so now it's a seasonal restaurant known as Karen's Country Kitchen. And so again, here you can see the siding is starting to come to an end. Again, you can see these gorgeous cliffs here. And so this is where we tie in with our next episode, and again in that episode talk a little bit about why this area was called the Pass, eventually became Pass Lake. And a little bit about kind of the background and the construction through this area. So again, you can see the cliffs up ahead, and you can see the lake. Okay, so here the grade continues, working its way west along the shores of the lake. Again, you can see the old section house here, and you can see more of the cliffs to the north. And so the siding here would have continued right up until here, just continuing on. And the junction point, so the end of the siding would have been right up here, right where this little rock cut is. And again, you can see Pass Lake here. You can see the cliffs. You can see the cliffs on the north side as well as the south side, and again giving its name the Pass. And you'll see that discussed in the next episode, where we talk a little bit about kind of the construction through this area. Okay, so hopefully you've enjoyed today's exploration and all of the great things that we've seen. Lots of things going on, and so make sure that you take a look at the subsequent episode where we continue working our way to the west towards the Blend River Viaduct. So make sure you take a look at those, and thanks for tuning in.